Don't identify any thought as negative because it's just a thought. Who told you it's negative? It's just a thought. You're making it up, maybe you like it, what's the problem? If you understand it's just a thought, it has no power. If you think it's a reality, then it destroys you. It's just a thought, isn't it? Is it true that you made up the thought? You're having doubts about it because you are not thinking, you have a mental diarrhea happening. Yes, it's simply happening. The word thinking means you're exercising your thought process consciously, isn't it? Yes? Thinking means you are doing something consciously. Right now this is in a state of mental diarrhea, it's just pouring all the time. Now, what is negative about it, what is positive about it? What is negative is, it's happening unconsciously, that is what is negative, not the content. You thought about a devil, that's negative, you thought about a god, that is positive, there's no such thing. The most negative thing that's happening right now is it's happening unconsciously. That is what is negative about it. And a whole lot of people have destroyed themselves trying to stop those thoughts that they think are negative. They try to fight them in so many different ways. You create these things and then you fight them. It's your thought. You must be able to throw it and roll it back whenever you want, isn't it? You must be able to roll it out and roll it in as you want. But right now, your own ghosts have become so big that you want to fight them. If you win, you're really lost. Because something that is not true, if you fight and win it, you have really lost it, isn't it? So there is no such thing as negative and positive thought. Either it's a conscious thought or it's a diarrhea. So, how to stop this? See, suppose you're having diarrhea, physical diarrhea. First thing to do is, every other treatment is next. First thing to do is, stop eating bad food. Something caused diarrhea, first thing is stop eating bad food, whatever caused this, stop that. This is the first thing you must do. Right now the bad food is just this. You identified yourself with something that you're not. Now you can't stop your thought process. Do what you want. You do any mantra you want, think of any god you want, do whatever the hell you want. The moment you identify yourself with something that you're not, you cannot stop your mind.
So, most people who are negative don't even know that they are negative, only other people experience it. If you're beginning to know I am negative, you are growing. Because this is the nature of your existence. If somebody comes close to you, if their mouth is smelling, you know his mouth is smelling. But if your own is smelling, your smelling instrument is sitting right here, inspector doesn't know, hello? Right here, see the nose is right here. But it can't smell this, but it can smell that and that and that. This is the nature of your existence. So if you begin to see your own negativity, you're growing, you're progressing. So, if you don't know how, you must do this. Every day in the night, before you go to sleep, you can do Isha Kriya just before you go to bed, just for a few minutes. And even lying down, you just do it and fall asleep. Before that, you just write just one page. Today, not in terms of what you did, in terms of your experience. Are you little more joyful, little more peaceful, little better, or are you worse? Just keep a note of this, because this is like you're doing business. If you're keeping your accounts good, what you write for the income tax, it's up to you. But for you to run the business, you're keeping proper accounts. Then you know you're moving forward or backward. You're making profit or loss. You did not keep any accounts. After 10 years, you may go bankrupt suddenly one day. Something happened, something happened. Nothing happened, you didn't keep track of things, that's all happened. So for everything, whether it is your own progress or your business or your family, do not try to invent mystical reasons that, suddenly I got heart attack. Nobody gets suddenly heart attack, you're slowly working for it. Suddenly I became depressed. No, you're working for it. One day you will succeed. If I say this, a whole lot of people will get at me, there is no guru, no compassion, no nothing. It's up to you whether you want to live in somebody's compassion or in the strength of your own sense. It's up to you.
How to control your mind. Learning how to control mind and thoughts is not easy, as it takes conscious effort and focus. However, once you learn how to control your mind, you will understand which thoughts need attention and which need to be filtered out. Here are 10 tips on how to control your mind with powerful mind control techniques. 1. Meditation. Meditation helps you become aware of thoughts that are not generated by you, but rather by your insecurities and fearful side. It enables you to make peace with them so that when they appear, instead of being affected by them, you let them pass like the wind. 2. Positive affirmations. Shouting and saying positive affirmations out loud help you see who you really are. Our subconscious mind always listens to us bad-mouthing ourselves, and when you get into the habit of knowing and loving yourself, your mind does the same. 3. Journaling. Letting out your thoughts on a piece of paper not only helps you feel light, but also helps you make a distinction between falsehood and reality. Journaling can be hard when you do not have any interest in writing or letting out your emotions, but once you try it, you will understand who you really are and how your thoughts portray you. 4. Questioning your thoughts. The best way to control your thoughts is by playing with them as they do, which is by questioning them. Your mind often portrays you as a failure, someone who cannot do anything or is not worthy of anything. So to let these thoughts go once and for all, ask them why they think like this, and then when they list down the set of things that you weren't successful in, you hit them back by saying, "These things do not define me. My trying does, and just because I failed once doesn't mean I will fail every time." You will see that they will automatically shut down. 5. Being objective. Oftentimes, when we get too invested in our thoughts, we get emotional and give in to what they are saying. However, if you see your mind and thoughts in the third person objectively, you will understand them better and more. You will see that if you cannot say demeaning things to a total stranger, how can you say? 6. Distracting yourself. While some thoughts are temporary, instead of sitting with them, you can distract yourself by going out, talking to a friend, or cooking. This will make them go away, as a lot of times when you're sitting idle, your thoughts tend to show things in an exaggerated way. So, it is best to distract them by doing something productive. 7. Doing something you love. Your thoughts can also be controlled if you take the time to do something you love other than your job or studies. This can be as simple as reading a book, drawing, coloring, or making yourself a coffee. It might help you detach from reality and be happy within yourself. 8. Confide in your loved ones. If your thoughts are getting too much to handle, it is best if you share them with people who make you feel safe and comfortable. You do not have to necessarily go through it alone. It is important to vent and talk about it if it makes you feel heavy or burned out. 9. Positive visualization. This technique is done by visualizing the kind of person and future you would like to have for yourself. So for example, if you wish to become a person who is in control of their thoughts, write that on a piece of paper, align all 5 senses in the present moment, and imagine the person standing in front of you is that person. It does take time, but to make it successful, you really have to believe that a person like that does exist and work hard towards reaching them. 10. Avoid assuming. Overthinking and negative thoughts often lead to assumptions. When your mind throws you off a cliff and into territory that seems negative and uncomfortable, it starts to wander off to places that do not even make logical sense. For example, if your thoughts are telling you that you are a failure, your assumptions will feed you. Your parents and close ones all think the same. These assumptions actually feel like the truth, but they are not, which is why it is important to be conscious and mindful of them.